The air quivers under the weight of hidden danger. A band of Australopithecus, fragile yet unyielding, creeps along the rim of a wide valley where lush green stretches like a promise of abundance. But this green is treachery, cloaked in beauty. The plants shimmer in the sunlight, their leaves vibrant, their flowers thick with nectar, and yet their very breath is poison. Here, survival becomes a puzzle hunger presses, but a single bite could mean death. What would it mean to live where the earth itself conspires against you, where every leaf is both life and death? This is the world of 6.9 million years ago, where survival is not only about predators and storms, but about knowing which plants could nourish and which could silently kill. The tribe begins its descent into the valley. Their lean bodies sway with exhaustion after days of wandering, searching for food. At the front, a female grips a stone tool napped sharp from obsidian, not for hunting this time, but for cutting roots and scraping bark. Children cling close to their mothers, wide-eyed, their breaths short from the heavy scent drifting from the valley floor. The air here feels thick, as if laced with invisible threads of danger. They have learned through trial and tragedy that the sweetest-smelling blossoms bring the quickest collapse. A male squats near a cluster of roots, sniffing cautiously, watching the insects. Ants swarm the stems of one plant, but avoid the leaves of another entirely. It is a sign, a clue etched into nature itself. He hacks the root free, scrapes it against a rock, and presses the pulp to his tongue. He waits. A flicker of nausea, but it passes. He signals to the others, this one is safe. The tribe gathers quickly, gnawing with desperate hunger, their chewing filling the silent air. For a moment, relief washes over them. But survival here is never linear. As dusk falls, a sudden rustle erupts from the tall grasses at the valley's edge. Eyes widen, nostrils flare. A leopard, its body sleek and muscled, emerges with predatory grace. The tribe freezes. The mothers pull their young against their chests. The males brandish stone shards, raising their arms to make their bodies seem larger. The predator circles ears, twitching, tail lashing. The stench of toxic flowers thickens around them, masking the tribe's sweat, yet stinging their lungs. They cannot flee deeper into the valley. The plants grow denser there. Their hidden poisons more lethal. The only path is back the way they came. Yet the leopard blocks the ascent. The standoff stretches. Every heartbeat pounds like a drum. Then a child stumbles, coughing from the heavy air. The leopard lunges, muscles rippling in the twilight. In that instant, one male throws his gathered roots directly into the beast's path. The leopard halts mid-swipe, sniffing its muzzle, brushing against the crushed pulp. Poison burns its nose. It sneezes violently, recoiling with a guttural growl. The tribe seizes the moment, scattering back toward the slope, dragging children clutching what little food they salvaged. Night descends as they scramble upward, the valley glowing faintly with fireflies above poisonous blooms. The leopard prowls but does not follow, pacing at the boundary. The tribe collapses on the ridge, their chests heaving, their bodies trembling. One female clutches her child, pressing a hand against his chest, feeling the fragile beat of survival. Their breaths clear in the higher air, away from the toxic fog. For now, they live. For now, they have turned the valley's curse into their weapon. The night sky spreads wide, and though hunger gnaws and exhaustion drags at their bones, a spark of resilience burns. This is the legend of survival, where even poison can become shield, where even the weakest can outlast the predator by learning the language of the earth. Dawn breaks with a pale golden shimmer, Yet the tribe wakes to the acrid sting still clinging to their throats. The valley below glows like an emerald sea, its deceptive beauty untouched by the night's terror. Hunger remains sharp and insistent, pushing them to return. The memory of the leopard prowling at the edge lingers, but so too does the knowledge that roots, if chosen carefully, can sustain them. Survival is not about avoiding danger. It is about walking the razor's edge between risk and necessity. The Australopithecus move in a quiet procession down another slope, skirting the path where the predator lingered. Their bodies weave through rocky outcrops, stepping carefully, testing each plant with wary eyes. One female stops at a cluster of berries vivid red against the green leaves. They gleam with promise, yet she remembers the bright ones bring death. She waves others away, tugging her child onward. The tribe has learned to watch not only plants, but also the creatures that eat them. A troop of small monkeys chatter above, nibbling on a certain vine. The sight sparks recognition. What nourishes them may nourish the tribe. A male climbs quickly, hands rough against the bark, snapping the vine and tossing it down. The group chews the fibrous stems, bitterness spreading across their tongues, but their stomachs ease. Yet relief is brief. Midday heat thickens the air, turning the valley into a suffocating bowl of toxins. Mist rises from the blossoms, settling like an invisible trap. The youngest begin to cough again, their small bodies shaking. Mothers fan them with broad leaves, but the haze clings creeping into lungs. The tribe moves faster, searching for water, for clean air. Then they hear it, the distant roar of running water. Hope surges. They push through tangled shrubs, skirting plants with wilted insect corpses, clinging to them until the sound swells into a rushing river, cutting across the valley floor. The river offers both promise and peril. Its banks are lined with reeds and moss, cooler air rising from its flow. But the water glitters with patches of strange scum, a rainbow sheen that suggests poison leaching from the valley's flora. One male crouches, dips a cupped hand, and sniffs. He hesitates, then pours it out. It is not safe to drink. Thirst claws at their throats, but instinct warns water, like plants, can kill as easily as it can save. Suddenly, another danger strikes. A shadow darts beneath the reeds, then erupts. A massive crocodile lunges from the shallows, its jaws snapping with bone-crushing force. The tribe erupts into chaos, some scrambling back, others throwing stones with desperate force. One young male, nearly caught in the strike, slashes with his obsidian shard. The stone bites into the reptile's snout, drawing blood. The beast thrashes tail, lashing, scattering mud and reeds. The tribe rallies, hurling more stones, their cries piercing the haze. At last, the predator sinks back into the depths, water swirling with crimson threads. Breaths ragged, the tribe gathers trembling but alive. The river remains glimmering, with both temptation and dread. They cannot drink, yet they cannot stay long in the choking valley air. A choice looms: move deeper through the poisonous basin, or risk circling back toward the slopes where predators wait. Every direction is peril, every step another gamble in the endless game of survival. And still, hunger presses. The tribe lingers by the poisoned river, caught between thirst and fear. Their eyes dart across the valley floor, where the haze coils like smoke creeping into nostrils, making each breath heavier. One child collapses, his body weak, and panic flickers in the eyes of the group. They cannot remain. Survival demands movement. The leader, scarred and lean, lifts the child onto his back and signals the climb. The tribe begins their desperate ascent toward the ridge stepping over roots and blossoms that pulse with hidden venom. Behind them, the air stirs. A low growl echoes, the leopard has returned. Its yellow eyes gleam through the toxic mist, stalking with relentless patience. The tribe surges forward, fear pounding their legs into motion. Rocks tumble beneath their feet, scraping skin, but they do not falter. The predator closes the distance muscles, bunching for the fatal leap. At the last instant, one female seizes a handful of crushed poisonous leaves gathered earlier. She hurls them into the leopard's path. The predator inhales, snarls, then reels back, gagging on the pungent smoke. The tribe scrambles the final stretch, collapsing onto the high ridge as the valley sinks below a shimmering trap they have escaped for now. The night sky opens above them, stars scattered like silent witnesses. Exhausted, they gather close, sharing the last safe roots, their breaths easing in the clean air. Children curl into mothers' laughter, flickering faintly, fragile yet real. In this moment, surrounded by danger but bound by unity, they endure.